Delve into the inspiring story of Princess Beatrice of York and discover how she turned her dyslexia into a global fight for her children and millions of others. A moving, intimate, and hopeful account that changes the way we look at difference. There are battles we don't see, silent struggles that even the most glittering crowns can't mask. And at the heart of the British royal family, a princess is waging a fight few would have imagined, a personal and intimate fight that transcends red carpets, official duties, and diplomatic smiles. Beatrice of York, the eldest daughter of Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, has always seemed to move gracefully in a world of protocol and the spotlight. Yet, behind the perfect photographs and polished public appearances, lies a deeper story, that of a woman who has battled an invisible disorder since childhood and who, today, has made it a cause she fiercely defends for her own children and for thousands of others around the world. This disorder is dyslexia. Diagnosed as a teenager, Beatrice grew up with this difference, which often put her at school at odds with others. Words seemed to slip away, letters jumbled together, and what seemed simple to some became a challenge for her. For years, she had to learn to navigate her challenges and the high expectations imposed by her royal status. But what many might have considered a weakness, Beatrice chose to turn into a strength. Today, she speaks openly about her experience, not to arouse pity, but to show that one can overcome obstacles and turn one's differences into unique assets. Her commitment doesn't stop at rhetoric. As a mother, Beatrice ensures that her children grow up in an environment where difference is understood, respected, and valued. She fears that her children, in turn, may face the same misunderstandings she experienced. This is why she campaigns for schools to adapt their methods, for teachers to be trained, and for the public to become aware of the realities of dyslexia. She insists that early diagnosis and appropriate support can change a child's destiny. In her interviews, she often recalls that she not only learned to read and write despite dyslexia, but that she developed a different view of the world, a creativity, and a capacity for reflection that she might not have had otherwise. This fight also takes on an important symbolic dimension within the British monarchy. For a long time, members of the royal family kept their vulnerabilities quiet, for fear of being perceived as weakness. By breaking with this tradition, Beatrice brings a breath of modernity and transparency. She shows that a royal title does not protect against life's challenges and that true nobility sometimes lies in the ability to share one's fragility to help others. This courageous choice has brought her closer to the public, especially to parents and children facing the same difficulties. Her commitment extends well beyond the borders of the United Kingdom. Beatrice collaborates with several international associations working to recognize and support learning disabilities. She uses her fame to highlight inspiring stories of children and adults who, like her, have had to fight against prejudice. She participates in awareness campaigns, funds educational programs, and encourages initiatives that enable every child to reach their potential, regardless of their learning style. His speeches, often moving, are punctuated with personal examples and messages of hope. In her personal life, this determination is also reflected in her role as a stepmother. Upon marrying Edoardo Mappoli Mazzi, she became the stepmother of little Wolfie, his child from a previous relationship. Here again, Beatrice applies her beliefs. Every child is unique and deserves to be understood in their individualities. She ensures that her home is a place of kindness, where successes, even the smallest, are celebrated and mistakes are transformed into learning opportunities. Beatrice's journey also serves as a reminder that dyslexia is not an insurmountable barrier. Quite the contrary, some of the world's most influential figures share this disorder. She often cites inspiring examples such as Richard Branson, Keira Knightley, and Steven Spielberg, to remind us that dyslexics can excel in all fields, from entrepreneurship to film, science, and art. For her, the biggest challenge is not dyslexia itself, but the lack of understanding and support that too many children still face. In the shadow of major official ceremonies, Beatrice devotes precious time to meeting families, listening to their stories, and understanding their needs. She takes notes, gathers ideas, and shares her observations with decision-makers, hoping to influence educational policies. Her actions are not motivated by simple duty, but by lived experience, by the memory of those days when she felt isolated in a classroom, trying to hide her struggles. Today, she turns those memories into a driving force so that others don't experience the same thing. Her fight is also a struggle against time, as the years pass quickly and her children grow up. She knows that every step of their educational journey will count. She wants to ensure that when they enter the world, they will have the confidence and tools necessary to overcome any obstacle. This fierce desire to protect and prepare the next generation makes Beatrice much more than a princess. She is a committed mother, an activist, and a strong voice for those who often go unheard. And in this role, she has found new strength. The woman once seen as discreet and withdrawn within the royal family is now revealed as an inspiring figure, capable of blending tenderness and determination, tradition and modernity. Her battle with dyslexia, far from being a solitary struggle, has become a collective mission. She calls on everyone to open their eyes to these invisible disorders that affect so many children and adults. Because understanding is already the beginning of change. And perhaps one day, thanks to her work and that of those who join her, no child will feel diminished because they read or learn differently. So, faced with this story of courage and transformation, the question remains, what if our differences were, in reality, our greatest strength?